Hi everybody! I know I am so far behind on videos, but now I promise it will be more um, regular. I obviously am in a completely new location. We moved, which I had mentioned in a couple videos back. We moved, so that's over with. We went on vacation for a little while. My fiance has a new job, so we've been kind of busy, but we're back getting into our normal life. Kind of. Even today's a little bit of a busy day. The baby is sleeping, so I'm trying to get this done and get it done before he gets home. But I'm going to jump right into it because obviously I really hope you did not hear that. If you did, it is a stupid Power Rangers ringtone that's on the iPad. But anyways, I really hope that everybody's doing well, and I'm just going to jump into it so I can get all this information in because it's a lot. Funny thing is we've actually done a lot, but we haven't bought anything else. We have like a list of things left to buy. It's just simple, like the cake topper, my daughter's dress, her flower girl dress. Let me see if I can find it actually. But it's all pretty much all little things. We have to still book our hotel room for that night. That's pretty much the biggest thing. Oh, and I have to buy my bridesmaids their gifts. I already know what I'm getting them. We haven't got it yet. We've already got the groomsmen gifts and not the bridesmaids one. So those are the big things that we have left to buy. Okay, the list. Our invitations we're getting this week, and we're also sending them out this week at the 3-month mark, which is the 7th. And I can't even believe it's 3 months left. I feel like I was just doing this and it was like 150 days left, and it's not. Oh, the time. But anyways, we have to get our glasses, our toasting glasses, the place cards, our marriage license, and our wedding bands. That's it. We did get a couple. Oh, and my garter. We did get a couple things done that I have not spoken to you guys about. We have a DJ booked in with the place that we're with our venue. It came in like a package deal, so we've been getting our list together of our songs and things like that. I haven't decided if I'm gonna say the songs yet. Like we already have them picked out, but I don't know if I'm gonna say yet. I may just leave it until the actual video, but we'll see. I may just announce it soon. Anyways, as far as the venue goes, I mean, we haven't made any other payments on it, not because we can't, but only because we're waiting until the last 2 weeks. That's when it's due, and we were just advised by the guy that does the events there to not make any payments on it until it gets really close to the date. That way, God forbid something does happen. I mean, you're not throwing money down the drain because you don't get refunds there. Everything's just when you pay it, you pay it. That's it. So we've been trying to wait for that. We also did, let's see, ceremony now. Bakery, we did our cake. We got our cake at this place called Some Crust Wedding Events. We did our tasting, and then the day we did the tasting, we just booked with them. Only because I'm really impulsive, and sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. In this case, it was really good because we had 3 places to go to. One of them got horrible reviews online, so we just didn't even bother to make an appointment there. The other one is kind of far from where we live, but it did get really, really, really good reviews. But this place did too. It got good reviews too. So we just ended up going with this place, and we went and did our cake, and we picked out a design and everything. I'm going to try to quickly show a picture of what it's going to look like. The lady was really, really, really nice that helped us out. She pretty much told me, like, you know, pick out whatever you want because we can do it, which is kind of, I didn't really think about the cake before that. Like, it's not something to me that stood out of lists of things that I would remember from that day. So I'm going to show you a picture of kind of what, this is kind of what it's going to look like. It's just really simple. It's got black scroll on it. These roses in the picture are real. They're actually real flowers, but instead they're going to be buttercream flowers. I had a concern with, I don't know if any of you have done it, if you can let me know how exactly it turns out, but I was wondering if when you do use real flowers on a cake and the piece that you cut, that's where the real flowers are, do you sometimes get that flowery like taste with it? I could see that happening, but she said that's a good question, and she's never been asked that before, so it's weird. I don't know, it's the first thing I thought of. So we're doing buttercream flowers on it as well. The entire cake is buttercream. It's white buttercream. The bottom layer, which is the biggest layer, is going to be a black and white cake. So it's chocolate, buttercream, white cake, and then it's got buttercream icing. Obviously, the whole thing is buttercream icing, which I just said. The middle layer is strawberry cake with cream in the middle, and the very top small layer is disgusting pistachio. That was completely my fiance's choice, only because I felt bad that I control everything, so I wanted to give him something, and then he picks the most disgusting flavor ever. And the actual cake is green, so it's really unappealing, and I'm so hoping that that piece doesn't get cut, and he's the one that has to eat it because it's nasty and it's not even good. We tried it and I couldn't. I just hate pistachio. It makes me so thirsty. And that was it. We picked it out that day. We ordered it that day. That's how it's gonna look. We just have to get our cake topper, send them a picture of that, the exact picture I just showed you, and give them a swatch of the colors, which I'm starting to think I'm not going to do, only because we're using so many different pinks that I'm just gonna say, you know, use hot pink. It doesn't matter if it matches, doesn't match. I am not that controlling over the colors. So that's done. The cake is done. We don't, we're completely done with that cake. We don't even, next thing we have to do is eat it. Our photography, already talked about that. We finished it. Oh, my dress. I have picked up my dress. It is at my sister's house only because I don't trust it here, because I seriously think I would be trying it on every day, only because I love it so much. It's so pretty, and it fits me so well, and hasn't had a single alteration done on it, only because my sister somehow managed to find, because I mentioned she does work at the place that I got it from. She's a manager there, so she had somehow found it at another bridal store. I'm sorry, something is blowing right by the window behind me. She found it at another bridal store that's a size, I think it's a size 4 or 2. It doesn't really matter though, because the entire back, I told you, is getting taken out. It's going to be a corset back now. So I have to do those fittings this month, actually. So whenever I decide to make an appointment, go in there. Basically, they're just taking the back out and cutting like almost a foot of it off, because I'm so short. I'm only 5 feet tall, so a lot of it has to be cut out. Even though my shoes are 5 inches tall, I mentioned that already. But that's done. Another kind of fun thing that happened, not really, is we lost a bridesmaid and a groomsman. Not just a groomsman, my fiance's best man, which was his brother. It is now his cousin, which was already in the wedding, and now I'm just a bridesmaid short, and he's a groomsman short. It's kind of personal, the things that happened, but my fiance's family is really close, and sometimes that can be a bad thing when your family is so close that you know every little bit that happens in each other's life. Like, my family is not like that. Me and my sister see each other regularly. We talk regularly, but there's just things that she keeps private in her life, and I keep private in my life. I mean, we don't disclose every little detail to each other because we're adults. I mean, you're adults. You live your own life. You have your own family. I feel like that's how it should be. But unfortunately, it's not like that, and that has caused a lot of problems. His brother doesn't really like me very much. I don't really like him very much, to be honest. His wife, I didn't really have a problem with prior to this incident that happened, but now it's just gotten really awkward, and it makes me sad. I mean, I did cry when we had to deal with it, only because all his kids were in our wedding, and he has 4 kids, all of them but the baby. They have a baby. They were all in it, and now they're not allowing any of them to be in it. So that is what ultimately made me really upset. But I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason, and I feel like this was kind of God's way of telling me that, you know, in order for my day to go like I want it to go, he can't be included, because I just don't trust him enough to not cause a scene and not do something that's gonna affect the wedding. So that's just where it's gonna be left. I love my fiance so much, and all I want for him is to be happy on that day, just like I am. But he's really having a hard time with it, and I feel really, really bad that he has to deal with it, and that I had to kind of put my foot down and tell him, like, look, this is about us, and it's not about anybody else. So I said I wasn't going to get into it, and I totally got into it. But I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's unfortunate, and I'm sorry that it's the way it is, but it's just the way it is. So that's all it is. All I'm going to say about that. So we have to go and make sure one more person rents their suit from that place. That's it. Anyways, on to a better topic. flowers. Oh, before I get into flowers, someone has to rent their suit from that place because in order to get his suit for free, 5 people have to rent from him, and we only have 4 rooms right now. So my dad's gonna rent from them, actually, and so is my stepdad. That way, it makes it just a little bit easier on us because we didn't include budget of his tux, and his tux I mentioned is a Vera Wing tux, so it's pretty pricey. So we're gonna just we figured it out. Anyways, back to this. We did our flowers, which has been one of the things that have been stressing me out the most, only because with flowers, it's so weird that the exact same flowers and the exact same pictures that I show, they get completely different prices at places. Like, not just like by a couple dollars, it's like hundreds of dollars off. So I don't understand how florists do their businesses or where the prices come from, but man. So we ended up going with my future brother-in-law, my fiance's sister's husband's, my fiance's sister's husband's mom. His mom, she's not a florist, but she is a baker. I don't know how to, yeah, a baker. And she did the flowers for his sister's wedding, my fiance's sister's wedding. Um, so they said, just go with her, just go with her. She gave us a really, really good deal on it. She's also doing exactly what I wanted. I didn't have to compromise anything what I wanted. Because as I think I mentioned before, I'm not really like, I want this flower and I want it this way and I want that. Nothing is like that to me in the whole entire wedding. I am which is surprising because I'm such a control freak. I'm pretty relaxed about details. I'm not like, I have to have this, I have to have that, I have to have it this way, I have to have it that way. Only because if I do that, I'm setting myself up for disappointment, I feel, because nothing is going to go 100% the way I want it to. I mean, I've never had a wedding. I've only had, like, planned my daughter's first birthday party, and that's exactly how I was. I was like, I want it like this, I want it like that, I want this to turn out like this, and I want these people to be here, and it didn't turn out anything how I wanted, and I was very, very upset for the first half of the day. And I had to sit back and remember that what's important is that my daughter was happy because it was her birthday. And that's how I feel about the wedding. It's going to be important that I'm happy, my fiance's happy, and that's just the end of it. So I'm very relaxed about those flowers. And she was like so shocked, and she's like, wow, this is going to be so easy I'm talking about the florist. She said it was just going to be so easy to get this all over with, only because, I don't have to check every little detail with you. I just basically said, as long as they're pink, as long as they're pretty, as long as they're on time, that's it. Only flower I was very particular about was mine, is I want lilies. Only because the lilies are my favorite, stargazers. It's my favorite flower, and I want to be the only one that carries them. Only because they are really expensive, and because it's just about me that day. But anyways, I mentioned invitations. I think I showed a picture of them, which I can show. If I didn't, I don't know if I have it. These are the invitations that we ended up going with, which we're not getting, but they do look a lot like this, except they don't have this ribbon right here. Excuse my nails too. Don't have time for that. My sister actually made them. She made my bridal shower invitations, which I wish I could show. Oh, actually, I think I have a picture of them. I just don't feel like going to get it off my fridge. And actually, cool, because I have the address blocked out. She made them, and she helped me make these ones on this template that she has. So these are them. I'm going to try not to show my Instagram information, which I totally just did. Oh my gosh, that was really funny. And you guys can follow me on Instagram if you want. That's okay. I'll show my name. That's fine. But this is what they look like. There's my phone. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. If you can see it, it's Marilyn Monroe, which is obviously my favorite. I have a tattoo of her on my leg, and there's a book right there. I'm just obsessed. I don't even need to go into it. I'm obsessed. So she made those, and she helped me make those. So all we have to do is print them out, take them to get printed on cardstock, and then send them out this week. So that's our, our weekly task. But we finished that. They're really pretty. I'm really pleased with them. I think that's all. I feel like I'm missing something really, really, really important. Oh, did I talk about we registered for gifts? I don't know if I did. I'm sorry if I'm totally repeating myself, but we did register for our gifts. Registered at Macy's, Bed Bath & Beyond, and I started Target, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to just completely take it off, only because I'm setting myself up for only getting gifts from Target if I do that, because obviously people are just going to shop at what's cheaper, let's be honest. And not that I'm like, oh, I want expensive gifts, but I just don't want people to completely disregard the other two. So I think I'm gonna, and Target is, their website is really stupid on my laptop. It like doesn't load. I have to turn off all these things, so I just don't even want to deal with it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just take that one completely off or not register for that many items on it. My experience with Bed Bath & Beyond was they had so much crap that it took us like 2 hours, and I didn't want to do it all in one. I didn't want to walk around the entire store in one sitting. But the lady, the register lady, walked around with us, which was really weird. She was like, "Oh, register for this, and don't forget that, and don't forget this." And so there's a bunch of crap that I just want to take off of there because she registered us for like fine china, and I don't want it, only because right now we live. Obviously, we don't have a house. We don't own a house, and that's something I feel like you would need when you own a house and when people visit you, which nobody visits us, so we would never use the freaking china. So stuff like that I just didn't really want to register for. She was like, "Oh, just do it, and you'll get it." I'm like, "What? I don't want it." But that was kind of weird. I didn't know that was gonna happen like that. But they also had way more stuff than they did at Macy's. Macy's was kind of weird. The experience, the Macy's we went to was just like not good. It was, I thought it was in a good area, but it was just really nasty inside. Like all our sheets were taken out of the packaging, and it looked kind of like a Ross. Nice work there, and it looked exactly like Ross. Now I think about it. But the lady that worked there at Macy's was so nice. We went during their scan for a grand event. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but we went during that, and she was just really sweet. We were like the only people there too, so she was really sweet. That was the one good thing I had to say about that meeting. But I think that was all that we did. This video is getting really long. I didn't want to make it that long, but there's so much stuff that happened. So next week when I update, I should have at least the invitations done so I can show what they look like. And I forgot to check how many days we are away from the wedding. My bridal shower is also on the 21st of September. So that's coming up too. I will be taking pictures, videos, everything like that. This is how many days we have left. 94 days. I remember when it was 100 and something. Also, I haven't found anybody's channel. Only a couple, like, not really. I don't think I found anyone's channel that's currently doing wedding vlogs. I don't know if I'm like the only one, but I can't find any. So please link a few. I like to be in this process with other people and look back on it and, you know, have a little mini wedding community, but I can't find anybody. So please link below if you know anybody that's doing the channel, doing a vlog channel, or just has wedding vlogs in general. I think that's it. If anybody has any other questions about anything or anything like that, I've gotten a couple messages from a few people giving me advice, and I'm really thankful for that. One girl told me about getting a videographer, and I want to so bad. We just can't. It's just not in the budget. It's just not. I think that's it. So, any questions, just ask me. Anything else, please link people's channels below. If I totally forgot something, I'll add it in the description bar, but I think that's it. So I will see you guys next week sometime. I promise next week it'll be there. So thanks. Bye guys.